The late afternoon sun cast long shadows across Meadowbrook Estates as I pulled my personal vehicle, a blue Ford Explorer, into my driveway. After 23 years in law enforcement, the last state as county sheriff, I'd learned to appreciate the quiet moments between shifts. My uniform hung in the back seat, and I was looking forward to a peaceful evening at home. I'd barely stepped out of my SUV when I heard the sharp click of heels on pavement. Excuse me. Excuse me. I turned to see Margaret Henderson marching toward me with the determination of a general leading troops into battle. As the HOA president of Meadowbrook Estates, Margaret took her position with a seriousness that would make most government officials seem laid back. Her blonde hair was shellacked into an immovable helmet, and she clutched a leather-bound folder against her chest like a shield. "Can I help you, Margaret?" I asked, keeping my tone neutral. We'd had our share of run-ins over the past year since I'd moved in, mostly about my grass being a quarter-inch too long, or my garbage cans visible from the street for an extra 30 minutes past collection time. "Yes, you certainly can," she said, her voice dripping with condescension. "I've been trying to reach you all week about your vehicle registration with the HOA. You failed to submit your updated vehicle information after purchasing this." She gestured dismissively at my Explorer. "This thing. Margaret, I bought this vehicle 3 weeks ago. I've been working double shifts covering for my deputy, who's out on medical leave. I'll get the paperwork to you this weekend." Her eyes narrowed. The HOA bylaws, Section 14, Paragraph 3, clearly state that all vehicle information must be submitted within 72 hours of acquisition. You're in violation. I took a deep breath, reminding myself that patience was a virtue. "I understand. Like I said, I'll handle it this weekend." "That's not good enough." She opened her folder and produced a laminated card attached to a lanyard. "As HOA president, I have master access to all community property, and according to our updated bylaws that passed last month, all vehicles register within the community." I stared at her. "I'm sorry, what?" "All vehicles must have HOA-compatible locks, so that in case of emergency, community leadership can access them." She held up what looked like a generic car key fob. "I'm going to need to verify that your vehicle is compliant." "Margaret, that's not happening. No one is accessing my personal vehicle." Her face flushed red. "The bylaws clearly state." "I don't care what the bylaws state. You're not touching my car." She drew herself up to her full height of maybe 5'3". "Then you leave me no choice. I'm issuing you a citation and a fine of $500 for noncompliance. You do what you need to do, Margaret." I turned toward my house, done with this conversation. "I'm not finished," she shrieked. I paused, my hand on my front door. Behind me, I heard her heels clicking rapidly toward my driveway. When I turned around, my jaw nearly hit the ground. Margaret was standing next to my Explorer, inserting her master key into the driver's side door. "Margaret, step away from my vehicle. Now!" She ignored me, jiggling the key with increasing frustration. This should work. It works on the Johnson's Toyota and the Peterson's Honda. Why isn't this? Because that's not how car locks work, and you need to step away from my vehicle immediately. The HOA has the right to verify compliance. She was practically wrestling with the door now, her face contorted with effort and rage. I pulled out my phone and started recording. "Margaret, for the last time, step away from my car." "I will not. I am the HOA president, and I have authority here." She abandoned the key approach and tried the door handle, yanking on it repeatedly. When that didn't work, she began pounding on the window. "Open! This door!" That's when I saw my neighbor, Tom Rodriguez, stepping out of his house with his phone already up, clearly recording the spectacle. 2 other neighbors had emerged as well, drawn by Margaret's shouting. "Margaret, You're attempting to unlawfully enter my vehicle. You need to stop. She whirled on me, her face purple with rage. Unlawful? I'll show you unlawful. You're in violation of community standards, and I'm calling the police. I really don't think you want to do that. Oh, I absolutely want to do that. She fumbled for her phone, nearly dropping her precious folder in the process. We'll see what the authorities have to say about your noncompliance and your refusal to cooperate with community leadership. I crossed my arms and waited. This was going to be interesting. Margaret jabbed at her phone with shaking fingers. Yes, 911? I need police here immediately. I'm at 1547 Oakmont Drive in Meadowbrook Estates. There's a resident who is refusing to comply with HOA regulations and threatening me. I heard the faint voice of the dispatcher on the other end. Margaret continued her rant. He's being hostile and aggressive, and he won't allow proper HOA inspection of his vehicle. I have the right to access all vehicles in this community, and he's... What? Well, because the bylaws say, excuse me, this is an emergency. He could be hiding something in that vehicle. For all we know, it could be drugs or weapons or... The dispatcher must have said something sharp, because Margaret's mouth snapped shut for a moment. Fine. Yes, send someone immediately. She ended the call and pointed a finger at me. You're going to regret this. When the police arrive, they're going to side with me. I'm a respected member of this community, and you're just Somewhat, Margaret? I asked calmly. She sputtered, seemingly unable to find words offensive enough to match her fury. 6 minutes later, I know because I was timing it, a patrol car rolled up to my house. Deputy Chin stepped out, one of my finest officers, and I watched his expression shift from professional alertness to barely concealed confusion when he saw me standing there. Sheriff? He said uncertainly. Margaret's head snapped toward me so fast, I worried about her neck. Sheriff? What do you mean, Sheriff? Good evening, Deputy Chun, I said pleasantly. We seem to have a situation here. Margaret's face cycled through several shades of red and white. You're the sheriff? Sheriff Rebecca Martinez, at your service. I believe you called 911 because I wouldn't let you break into my car with your fake master key. Deputy Chen's shoulders were shaking slightly as he struggled to maintain his composure. Ma'am, he addressed Margaret, did you attempt to enter the sheriff's vehicle without permission? I have HOA authority. The bylaws clearly state. Ma'am, HOA bylaws don't supersede actual law. Attempting to enter someone's vehicle without permission is attempted vehicle burglary. The leather folder slipped from Margaret's hands and hit the driveway with a slap. I want to show you something, Margaret, I said, walking to my Explorer. I opened the back door, which was unlocked since I just arrived home, and pulled out my uniform shirt with my sheriff's badge clearly visible. See this? This is what I do. I'm not just some resident. I'm the county sheriff. And you just called 911 to report me to myself? Essentially. Tom Rodriguez laughed from his yard. Other neighbors had gathered, phones out, clearly enjoying the show. Deputy Chun, I won't be pressing charges, I said, but I do want this documented.